did you do? We can go there.
You gonna give him some sparring work to get ready for Sean Porter?
I'm telling you, he sparred me, man. He do not play. He tell
he
you,
has sparred
man.
you?
If he will tell you he will spar you, he will spar you. It's just that simple. I'm telling you.
He
will get in there with anybody.
What's that punching power like? Good for 147?
Great. You would think he'd fight 180.
What's that punching power like? Good for 147?
Great. You would think he'd fight 180.
Great. You would think he'd fight 180.
Man can punch, for sure. He's strong as hell.
Daniel Kelward, the sports here with Steven Nelson. Man, just kind of wrapping up the workout for the day.
Yeah.
Have you been in the ring sparring with Terence?
All the time. All the time. That's why when people say, oh, size, and I'm like, man, that shit don't matter. Size do not matter, man. Bud sparring partners is 60 pounders, 68 pounders, 75 pounders, up and down. He got quick speed. He got guys from Shakur's size all the way up to guys my size and bigger. So,
what would you say you learned about Terence the first time you sparred him and you were like, oh?
I learned by myself. I learned that when I first started boxing, I started boxing at 21. And first person I called was him. I would say I wanted to spar with him. Thinking, oh, size. I always like, oh, yeah, he's small. I'm big. I'm beating everybody up in North Carolina. I come home and spar him, and I realized I got a lot to learn. So, but it helped me out because I went back home and I worked that much harder. And I came back next time. It was like we was like chess. It was like, damn, man, you gotta change night and day. So that's the biggest thing I learned. I learned like size don't matter.
Here, street clothes.
He said he bigger. Bigger don't mean stronger. I never said that.
Easy work.
He said he bigger. Bigger don't mean stronger. I never said that.
Easy work.
Anyone who's looking to enhance their performance, I mean, how could you disagree with that? Like, how could you be opposed to someone wanting to enhance their performance and want to be better at something, right? So my question is this. All the Terence Crawford fans, they always say, Terence Crawford has underrated power. Terence Crawford has a wrestling background. He has a grappling background. Terence Crawford is already naturally strong. You know, he sparred middleweights. He sparred bigger guys. If Terence Crawford is already naturally strong and he spars bigger guys, then what did he need to go to Victor Conte for? I'm listening to Terence Crawford sparring partners. They talk about how hard he hit. He hits like a middleweight. His trainer, Bo Mack, said that they allow him to grow into the weight. They done messed around and allowed him to grow into the weight. Now they really gonna have problems. Once again, why did Terence Crawford go to work with Victor Conte if he's already naturally stronger and he has underrated power and a big puncher? It's one thing to be strong. This means that Terence Crawford wants to get the Hulk type of strength. On the other hand, Terence Crawford fans stated that Errol Spence's power is overrated. He couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia. He couldn't knock out your Dennis Ugas. He couldn't knock out Danny Garcia. He couldn't knock out Sean Porter. So he's not getting these knockouts. And they're saying that his power is overrated. But he goes to work with Victor Conte. Victor Conte, he's a known drug cheat, known for giving athletes steroids. Victor Conte, in an interview with manager Marty, stated that the Snipe program wasn't what helped Terence Crawford defeat Errol Spence. So what was it? Was it the other things that Terence Crawford said that he took at Snipe that other fighters aren't taking? I'm just confused, right? If Terence Crawford is so big and so almighty strong, he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terence Crawford, he could lift up a car. He's stronger than The Rock. He's stronger than Andre the Giant. He's shredded. He's shredded like Hercules. If Terence Crawford can deadlift almost 400, 600, 1,000 pound weights, then why would he go work with Victor Conte? He didn't go to somebody who doesn't have a filthy past. We've never seen Errol Spence deadlift 400 pounds. We never seen Errol Spence lift up a fat security guard like Terence Crawford did to prove that he's strong. all we heard was Earl Spence power is overrated. Terence Crawford has more knockouts than Earl Spence. So he already has the advantage over Earl Spence, right? They said that Earl Spence, he's a naturally bigger guy. So if Terence Crawford already spars and fight naturally bigger guys, then what would he need to go work with Victor Conte for? It's not adding up what y'all are saying. And for y'all to defend it, it's showing the flaw in your character. A lot of Terence Crawford fans, they're not analyzing this from a sensible, logical point of view. They're looking at it from a super fan perspective. But let's just say if this was your grandchild that was a boxer, or your granddaughter that was into boxing, right? If it was your child, if it was your son, your daughter, your cousin, your nephew, your brother, someone that's related to you, someone that's close to you, and your child had an upcoming bout, and then come to find out after they lost, they got brutally beat extremely bad. Let's just go with the worst case scenario. In this case, Earl Spence got lucky, right? Let's go with a more worst case scenario. Let's say your close relative end up getting a broken jaw. Nose was broke, and they're showing early signs of brain damage. Blood was everywhere. Huge eye swellings. They're going blind in one eye. Now, what would have happened if you would have found out that that person had a known drug cheat in their corner? What would be your reaction? Not as a fan perspective, but as a human perspective, as a person who was born with an emotion, a person who was born with emotions. Let's be serious. These are people's lives on the line. These fighters have kids. They have their parents. Although this is what they signed up for. They ain't getting there to sign up to be going against somebody that got undetectable steroids. Victor Conte can call out everybody in their corner, but we have a problem. We shouldn't judge Victor Conte. And then you got people actually out here supporting this man and buying products. This is why I can't take the black race serious. Don't come at me with that black power shit, bruh. Because y'all not really for the people. Y'all going out here, y'all really buying snack products, supporting this white man. And he done tarnished black people's legacy. People that was in the Olympics. This man is a racist. They're looking at it from a fan perspective. If this was you or someone that was close to you, you're going to be outraged. You're going to want that person out of the sport because you don't want that to happen to the next person. Although this person may have changed their life supposedly, you're still going to have your suspicions. You're going to want that person to be removed from the sport. This being, you're trying to get freakishly strong. You're not trying to get naturally strong. You're not trying to get strong with the gifts that God gave you. You're literally trying to get an uncompetitive advantage. So if Earl Spence is stronger, you want to be 100 times stronger than Earl Spence. It's like going to a lab and you saying, hey, I want this freakish power. I want to literally get in there. And remember, these are two humans. So this could be your child. This could be your son. This could be your brother. This is boxing. We already know that boxing is one of the most brutal, deadliest sports in the world. Deadliest combat sports in the world. We've literally seen people get in there and lose their life. Remember this. So these are humans getting punched in the face. You can break bones. Fighters could walk away with CTE. Fighters could walk away with brain damage. A slew of whole other things. So we are condoning Terence Crawford getting in the ring. We're talking about a known drug cheat who have given athletes steroids. So we're okay with Terence Crawford aligning himself with a known drug cheat. He's like, all right, well, if Earl Spence is strong, I want to be 100 times stronger than him. to the point where he could possibly die in that ring. Even if he dies, what did he say in the interview? If he dies, he dies. So at this point, we are okay. We are sending a message around the world. You know, you got the capability to literally knock this man's brains out. Not by having Deontay Wilder type of power. However strong Deontay Wilder is, you want quadruple that. So we are advocating to have an unfair advantage. That's what we're advocating for. A guy who's known for giving undetectable steroids. If your way of thinking is just because you're bigger doesn't necessarily mean that you're stronger. And just because Errol Spence is naturally the bigger welterweight and he's already a naturally bigger guy, then what do you need to enhance your performance for? Because you're already naturally bigger and stronger. What do you need to work with Victor Conte? And not just working with any so-called strength and conditioning coach. You go work with a known drug cheat.